ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Legacy of Kain.
Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny, what was a king to do? But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars.
Legacy of Kain, Defiance. Fifth game in the installations. I'll explain more in a minute. I just really don't want to interrupt Kain. The voice acting is superb, and the story is real.
And so I returned to the sanctuary of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate. Impossible for any man. Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobius, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area already.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that brood with fire, and their souls now rest.
Lord Mobius will be pleased.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood.
So, this is the Legacy of Kain, Defiance. Let me look around for fun. Yeah, the camera's attached to my mouse. The camera angles in this game were always weird. So, I love this series. It is a magnificent series. It was back on the PlayStation 2. In this game's particular case. But, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, I love this game. The whole series, really. 4 out of the 5 games are available on Steam. The 5th one on the PlayStation Network. The first one on the PlayStation Network, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Storytelling in these games is actually pretty well done. You can actually come into them and play any of them standalone. They will explain enough for you to understand what exactly is going on. The combat is generally pretty simple. And in case you haven't noticed, you are in fact a vampire. The season has old school vampire mechanics where your health will constantly deplete. You have to find, defeat, and consume enemies in order to keep it topped off, or you lose. Basically. Press jump to jump. Well, that's kind of a dumb statement. Oh. Camera angles do make this game's platforming a bit clumsy and kind of difficult. They feel kind of annoying at times, but at the same time, do it. They add to the actual challenge. Otherwise, some of it would be far too simple. You can jump really high. You can jump pretty far. Doesn't always feel really high when you're not jumping quite high enough. But if you look at how high he jumps compared to how tall he is, it's pretty ridiculous. Make Mario proud. Supposedly famous for his jumping skills. Yet he can't jump nearly as high as Luigi. Alright, rough walls, climbable. Recently, the Rooster Teeth guys... Hey guys. Physical barriers. Oh, Kain's probably gonna speak here.
Help me! Help me! Oh, please, no!
From time to time, it is necessary to feed. And the unusual event of a feast prepared by the Sarafan must be savored.
Oh dear. Yeah, Kain not a nice guy. Yum, 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 yum. And yes, he just, like, sucked the psychic to the blood out of her neck. That's a thing that can happen. It's pretty much how it works. Now, Kain is a vampire god. I'm gonna let the story explain itself, because like I said, they're able to play pretty standalone. Part of the reason I'm doing this, though, Rooster Teeth did a top 10 swords in games list, and while it didn't actually make the list, the sword on Kain's back here was mentioned by Ray and by the recognized by Michael and Jeff when they reached the top slot of the list. This is the Soul Reaver. Probably wasn't brought into that brought in because not many people probably remember the dang thing. But oh, it was glorious. You can mist into places for no reason. There's lots of areas to look around. Frankly, the amount that I'm going to be fucking with the camera is just going to make my life difficult. But yeah, Kain is... Kain's just fantastic. You'll see. Oh, that's cool. They have to aim that way. Glyph energy. Right, ooh! What do we have here? A health talisman. Ah, I bet I know what that does. It probably extends my health if I find enough of it. There aren't a billion games that have used that mechanic. Thank you, Legend of Zelda. But it gives you reason to explain all these extraneous corridors. That door is sealed. Oh, but this wall is cracked. Yep.
What was that?
Oh my. Oh my again. Yep. Not a very
touch
nice
of
guy.
water is like acid to a vampire. I had to find another way to pass.
Yep. Basic information that everybody knows vampires don't like water. Right? Watch the direction button you're holding. It does orient to the camera, so it can create some problems from time to time. Oh! A TK rune. Extended that green meter, which... bloody.
This passage undoubtedly led to the time streamer. My prey was nearly in my grasp. But the door had been sealed by a blessed barrier. As I approached, the Reaver resonated in response, Perhaps its dark sorcery could dispel these holy barriers.
Perhaps so.
The Reaver was not yet powerful enough to shatter these barriers, but there was something to this.
Something interesting, I'm sure. So I just wanted to play. I wanted to show off that Soul Reaver. That, like I said, the guys at Rooster Teeth mentioned it. Props to them for knowing about it. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by that because it is awesome, but it's not the most remembered, I guess, thing. They thought they had me trapped. Isn't this? Hell, they think they have me trapped. Isn't that cute? Received arcane tome. Okay. And again. Oh, this is pretty simple. I don't know how long I'm gonna let this episode drag on. Ooh! Bloodwell. I don't know why there's Bloodwell, but there is. This kind of kicks doors open. Ow. Arrow slits. Very annoying after a fashion. Now again. There, now that I'm done smashing things. Well, some things. Checkpoint. If I die, it returns me there.
Locked. What a love of doors these pathetic humans have.
The chapels, the things, the places. Look, a door, a barrier. The thing that matches that barrier symbol. How interesting.
This emblem was unmistakably of vampire origin and designed to enhance the Reaver's power. But this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm!
Vampire!
Don't let him escape!
Surround him! Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it would be a lie.
Die, vampire! Just get him!
This barrier had a curious resonating effect on the Weaver.
Yep, sword is vampiric too. Nom 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 nom. Feed. I love I can use telekinesis. Why can't I use telekinesis to feed me? Makes sense to me. Always got to decide whether you're going to feed your blade or yourself, or so many balances.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an unusual key. Somehow, I would find it.
Somehow. But not today. This has been an introduction to the legacy of Kain. Don't worry, I intend to go further with this. The game's much more linear than ones like Fallout, so I do actually have a tendency to finish them. Till next time! Be still thine beating heart.